Hey everybody, this is ET here. Thanks for joining me. Not doing a joke of the week. It's been about 9 months since I've done one of those, but I'm going to do them. That's a whole different story, which I will get into. If anybody knows me, lately I've been getting kind of into the modern contemporary board game craze, and it's been really fun. I played Magic for 20 plus years, and that's great, but you just need a break sometimes, something new, something to get your gears going in your head. Magic's still a fantastic game, and I play it very occasionally now still. But I just got to try to watch out for certain games that end up what I call the magic hole now. So, I had kind of discovered Dice Masters a little bit, and even though it's a fantastic game, you have to be careful because, with the sets keep coming out, you can keep chunking your money down this big magic hole. Anyway, today's item I found was a great price. Cool Stuff Inc., which is usually the low price leader, has an older game that I wanted called Seven Wonders, which is a great card drafting game. And Walmart Online actually had it listed for $31, and I was like, wow, that's great, and I can have it delivered straight to the Walmart close to me and pick it up. When I clicked on the pick it up here, there was a pick it up discount, and it was like $8. So before tax, my Seven Wonders game, which I just picked up and haven't opened yet, of course, this is an unboxing, so you'll see that, was like $24 before tax. So I just made a great savings. There's probably other places that maybe I've missed, but I'm just very excited to show you what I got today. I haven't opened it. It's actually even in the shipping box that I got from the UPS to Walmart thing here. So I'm going to crack this open and see what it looks like inside here. I'm not very good at this. I've never really done an unboxing before, so sorry about the long intro. Most people are probably like, just open the dang box, I don't care. And then you're like, oh, that's dumb, whatever. So anyway, a lot of wrapping here. Paper. Nothing but an empty box and a lot of safety paper, which I could probably use to wrap a gift. So Conrad, when you see this video later, you might have a $10 gift wrapped in that wrapping paper. I can see the reflection off the cellophane to my phone there. This might be reversed. I'm using my reverse camera, so I'm sorry if that's the case. I'm not an expert. My first unboxing. So anyway, nice box. Classic Wonder it's designed by Antoine Bauza, I think is his name. This is kind of a preview of what the game will look like on the inside. Mainly it's just 3 sets of age cards, some wonder boards, and some tokens to keep track of everything. I've seen this played. I own Seven Wonders Duel, which is a smaller version of this where you only play 2 people, and I've got to play it a couple times, and it's actually very good. But this is nice because it requires at least 3 players, but it can play, I think, up to 7. Well, it says there's a 2-player variant, so maybe 2 to 7. Interesting. I didn't know there was a 2-player variant. Get this plastic off here. Crack the box. Okay. Where should we put this? That doesn't matter, I guess. Get that out of the way here. Alright, so got a bunch of tokens here, which represents coins, because in this game you're building up a society and you have to use goods to purchase things, and if you don't have the resources to build the buildings you need to build, or for military or science, then you have to use coins to buy it. And these are actually military tokens. At the end of each age, there's 3 ages. You compare military strength, and depending on what age it is, you'll either get plus victory points or minus victory points. So, all right, got a nice rule book here, Seven Wonders. Like I said, sorry if the camera's reversed. I don't know. I just can't tell from here. It looks like it is to me, but I don't know if that's self-correcting now. But you can watch a tutorial on this on Watch It Played. And that guy does a lot of really good tutorials if you want to learn how to play board games. So even though it has great quick reference sheets to show you what's going on here. And then we get to the heart of the matter. Oh yeah, advertising for the other games. All game companies do that, so makes sense. And I guess coming soon, which who knows how old this is, it's still new, but online version, which is probably already out there. Okay, so it's got a nice insert that holds all 3 ages of the decks, and then your wonder boards, and underneath I'm sure you'll be able to store you know, all your other pieces underneath where those wonder boards went. So right here, you can put all your coins or whatever if you bag them up. I got a lot. I keep, one thing that I've learned as getting into the board games, I started going to the dollar store and I'll pick up little, you know, baggies to put extra pieces in or tokens that not all games give you nice places to store all your stuff. Probably not necessary so much in here, but it's just nicer to divide, saves you, you know, a couple of minutes in, a couple of minutes out when you put it up. So anyway, these will come out. These are the age cards right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause for a second, and then I'm going to kind of give you a different perspective so it's overhead so you get to see a little bit better of all this stuff. Okay guys, so here's pretty much all the components outside the box, and I'll just kind of go over everything really quickly with you, even though I pretty much said it before for the unboxing. But you get a score sheet at the end of the game. It helps you tally up to see how awesome your city is. Not that you really need that, but it can help. You get 2 increments of coins. There is 1 and 3. And these are kind of nice little, you know, I mean, they're just, of course, it's all built out of that thicker token stock, but they, you know, they look pretty nice for the tokens there. Okay, over here we have the military tokens, and that's when you compare military in each age. If somebody has a greater military than you on either side of you, you'll have to take a -1 for each person that's adjacent to you in the game that has a greater military might to you. And there in each age, if it's a first age and you have greater than someone instead, you'll get a +1. So like if someone to one side has, you have greater military might, you'll get, you know, a victory point. And then if the other person on the left-hand side has more than you, then you'll get a -1 that you'll keep that'll help add towards the tally. But at the end of the second age, and these are the 3 ages, obviously not in order because I'm from Scottsmore and I can't count. Military is worth 3 victory points over your neighbors, and 5 if you have more. But no matter what, if you still have less in any age, it'll be -1. But you just get more and more victory points, which can add up in the game. You get these wonder boards here for everything has a wonder, and they all come with a starting thing like, oh, this guy starts off with stone, and you need that to build stuff. If not, you can try to pay your neighbors to borrow their resources, and they pretty much, unless it's on a gold building, they have to let you use it. So I don't know if that's like thievery or what, but it actually isn't. But it's just kind of funny how it looks. But these things have different abilities, have some iconography on them. But it's pretty simple. Most of them, the first one will all have like 3 victory points if you build your third part of your wonder, because you're building like a pyramid in stages. If you can see from left to right here, like that's 3 victory points if you have the first part built. This gives you a special ability if you happen to have this wonder. And if I remember that correctly, it means you can basically purchase a card that you can't afford without paying for it once per age if you get that section built. If you get the full one built, then you get the last 7 points. Now, they're all the same as far as the 3 and the 7, but the middle have different one. Like if you get the middle part built, then it will add 2 military to your stage no matter what, which is always kind of nice. Some do different things. If you get the middle part built in this, you'll get 9 coins. Now they all have really nice artwork on them, and this is basically the A side, which is like kind of, I don't want to call it the beginner side. It's just you just never know what you're gonna play. But there's another side that's a little different, so you may end up playing an A or B side depending on what version you want to play, and they have different abilities on the back sides of each one of them. And that's the wonders themselves. And the age decks, if I can actually keep them in a correct order here, not that it makes a difference, they're pretty nice. They all have, you know, let you know this is the cards you'll have in the first age. And it shows you, because the drafting technique is you would deal out all the cards. There's cards in here, though, that let you know that you only use in a, like it'll say in a 5, like, you know, if it's a 5-player plus game, then you have to take them out. A lot of games do that. So, you know, it thins out the deck with you if you only have like 3 players in it. But drafting is where you get, you know, you deal out all the cards pretty much evenly once you decide how many cards are left in the deck, and then you would choose one. You're like, I want to keep this building, and then what you do is you pass the rest here, and the other person keeps your cards. Now, in 7 Wonders, though, you immediately build your card if you can build it. Some of them cost nothing, and others do cost something. All costs is up in the top left corner of this, and I don't mean to make this a teaching tutorial. I was just telling you a little bit about how the cards, but all these cards are pretty good looking. Here, let's see if I can kind of let you look at a few of them. These are the resource cards, so you can put this in front of you, and now you would produce a stone or an extra stone. and usually you put that in the top left of your thing. And so they have a couple usually of each ability depending on what age. This produces ore, and so on and so forth. Let me go ahead and skip down here to something else. Now this one is interesting. This is, I forgot what the name of it is. Oh, this is the cave pit. So this produces, you have to pay 1 to put this in your tableau or whatever they call it in this one, your city. But once you have the cave pit, once per turn you can decide to either use the brick or the ore. So there's cards like that. They have the slash. Like this one says you can use a stone or a wood when you use this, because each card is like a resource, and you can use each resource once. But your neighbors can also borrow each resource once, but they have to also choose which one it is. But if they borrow a resource from you, they have to pay you some gold to do so. This, for instance, takes a glass, and this is a science card. And sciences are interesting because if you build them up, it just scores. If you get too many, if you let somebody run away with science cards, they can just run away with mega points. And there's these commerce buildings, which are yellow right here. And all this does is pretty much it just gives you 5 coin when you play it. But there's other cards in the game later in ages that can kick and give you abilities based upon if you have a bunch of those cards. And the basic ones are like buildings. And this one just basically gives you straight up victory points at the end of the game. And that's pretty much how that works. And each one, the cards get a little bit more differently. They have other abilities too. Like if you have a predecessor card, like it'll tell you sometimes, oh, if you have, you can either build this card if you have, what is that? The 2 ore and 1 glass, or if you have the card that was before it. I don't know if I can focus on that real quick. But this science card, so if you have the science card, the apothecary, I didn't really, I don't know my words. Apothecary, then that will let you play this card because you have built a previous building that lets you build this for free. So you don't have to worry about paying that price if you don't have it. But anyway, you continue on to age 3 where they mix in even more powerful cards, special guild cards, which are like purple here. And they usually give you extra victory points at the end of the game by meeting certain requirements. Anyway, you go each turn, play 1 card by 1, and then you determine the military at the end. And you pretty much at the very end of all 3 ages, you use your little score sheet, tally it up. And also, like here's just a little note, every coin that you end up with at the end of the game, every 3 coins are equal to 1 victory point. So you know you can use the military, the coins, the buildings, the sciences, so many different ways. Using your wonders can score you the victory points as well. So whoever has the most victory points has the best city in 7 Wonders. And I haven't played this game. Like I said, I played the smaller dual game by I think it was reprinted or put out by Asmodee. I can't remember now. No, Cosmos maybe. I don't know, Asmodee or Cosmos. But anyway, fantastic game. Thanks for listening and hanging there too long for me, just jabbering my mouth like this. All right, until next time, have a good one.